All my life, I've been a bit more of an introverted person. And for some reason, I've always had this sort of belief that if you're introverted, that means you have to be shy, anxious, and you're probably not that good at conversations. When in reality, that's just completely untrue. And when I learned these hacks, this completely skyrocketed my conversation skills, allowing me to have the most lively conversations. First of all, I had to become the person that people want to talk to. If you're the initiator, if you're the one who always comes up with new fun things, if you're the one who initiates conversations, fun activities, or people want to come to you because they're inherently lazy. They don't actually want to do anything, but they still want to be entertained. So make sure you take charge, you show that you're the initiator, and eventually people will always look to you. Oh, great, Lewis. What should we do now? Do you have any ideas? Well, yes, my boy. I'll show you what to do. This only works if you're also fun and outgoing and confident. Now, the easiest thing is keeping eye contact and smiling at people. Once you've got those things down, the ice is already broken, and it's much easier to be on a fun basis with many people. So you can crack jokes, you can have light-hearted conversations, and this feeling of getting to know the person a lot more will make you a lot more confident because, well, you're confident around your friends, right? Not strangers. So make those strangers your friends. Now, whenever you get to know a new person, you want to start with a short conversation. You don't want to give a person the feeling that you're constantly sticking with them and that they can't get rid of you. You want to have a short conversation, introduce yourselves, have some fun, and when the conversation gets to its peak, you have to leave. So whenever the conversation's at a really good place, say something like, all right, man, it's been fun getting to know you. I have to head off, but I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future. This will leave a very positive imprint on their minds. And the next time they see you, they're going to be excited to approach you and have a nice conversation right where you left off. Plus, they see that you're confident. See, if you're the one leading, if you're the one saying, okay, I gotta leave, well, they'll respect you a little bit more. And they'll actually see that your time is something valuable. And they'll appreciate it a lot more. And appreciation is a key word because people actually care a lot about how you make them feel. And simply by making the people around you feel good, feel heard, feel appreciated, if you crack some jokes, no matter what they are, simply by being a light-hearted person, they will actually absorb your positive energy. And having a conversation with you is automatically going to be associated with this positive feeling. You can be the greatest at conversations, but if you talk in a very monotone way, if you're very boring, no matter how good the words you say are, people don't want to be around you because how you make them feel matters.
I used to have a problem with joining into a conversation, even if it was just my friends. It's a weird feeling, because you feel like they've been talking for quite a while, so they are just having a convo and you're just standing there next to them like, haha, yeah, no, you're right. It's not fun. It's not great. So one good mindset to have is they're just waiting for me to say something. You need to convince yourself. You need to know with every single cell of your body, believe that they are just waiting for you to say something. This is a huge mindset shift, and I get that this is very hard to do, especially because you've grown up not thinking like this, but thinking like this. Puts you into the perfect position because you are over time telling your brain, look, everyone is literally just waiting for me to say something, and suddenly it's a lot easier to be the person that actually contributes to the conversation. Once you say something, you want to be loud. Speak with a loud and clear voice until the mic distorts, bitch! Now this is especially good if you're in groups. But what if you just met a person? Well, it's very important that you actually build a world with them. What do I mean by build a world? Is that like going to build a bear and building a bear? Well, kinda. Basically what you do is you meet the person and you try to establish some inside jokes as soon as you can. These can be silly, these can be simple. Basically anything that bonds the two of you. It gives you something that only you two know and no one else. Now it feels like you guys got a special connection. You built a world together. And it makes it especially easy in future conversations because whenever you don't know what to talk about or you need to approach them or something, you can always rely on that world that you built. Say you were at a party and someone just puked on the floor. And whilst doing that, he looked like Snoop Dogg. I don't know. When you are at another party and the same thing happens, you can just look at the person, go up to them and say, hey, remember last time? That was Snoop Dogg, right? Building a world is extremely powerful because it bonds the two of you and it makes it much easier in future conversations. And then there's something called the avis atune effect. This is a very interesting effect in psychology. It's basically before you meet a person, and then there's something in psychology called the avis atune effect. This is one very interesting effect where you build a world around a person before meeting them. I lied a little bit here. It's not an actual effect in psychology, but it's something that Lewis and I noticed. We were basically in Barcelona and there was that group of other people. And they, were our age, they seemed fun, so we wanted to join in. Before we met those people, however, we met one person of the group and we just had a nice chat with him. We didn't know his name, couldn't remember, so we just called him Avis Atune. because why not? Over the next day, we kept adding to the story about who he is, what kind of hobbies he has, what kind of a person he is, the way he acts. We built an entire world, and by the time we met these people, we felt like we knew Avis and had known him for years. It was to the point where someday one of the girls from the group wanted to call him via the phone, right? And they told him, nah, you guys, you call him. I feel like you guys know him better than we do. We'd only met this guy twice, briefly. But it felt like we had known him for ages, and it made it so easy for us to talk to him.
If you enjoyed this banging episode of Pablo's Pill, you might like this one as well. We'll see you there.